Now, talk about some example in the FP method. Go to your textbook at page 22. Question next. 4 minus 7i over c equal to 3 plus I. So, to find this one, and then you just rearrange the terms to get 4 minus 7i over 3 plus I. And then what you can get how do you do this one? How to rationalize it
3 minus I.
Yes, multiple 3 minus I on. And then try to simplify it by yourself. No need a calculator, this one. For the denominator, what is the value? After you multiply these two together.
Would be
9
minus
minus I squared, that is 9
plus 1, 10.
9 plus 1. Okay. For the numerator, and you get 12 minus 21i minus 4i minus 7. Is it?
Yes. Something like that.
That's it.
5, 10, 21, minus 12, minus 17.
Okay? Done. So easy. Which one do you want me to explain? Number 9 no need so simple. Is it simple
Yeah.
Number 10, do I need to explain?
What was that?
It just seems complicated, but it should not be difficult. You just rationalize this one.
Okay.
Oh.
So are we just gonna do example questions, or are we gonna move to the next?
Yeah. So which other question do you want me to explain now? Have a look.
What if our homework is
What's
to
that?
What if our homework is to do chapter review 1, and then if we are confused, we'll tell you next lesson. And so let's just move on to the next.
So okay, let's move on to next session now.
Does that make sense? We'll just
Yeah,
try
you really need
chapter
to do off it. I think you probably can finish by 2 hours. All the questions.
So let's just do chapter review by ourselves in our own time. And if we're confused, we'll ask Miss Vegan. Because I don't know what the questions are.
Now for next chapter, it's about the quadratic formula. Wow, so short.
Quadratic equation.
We finish this chapter in 10 minutes. Okay. The roots of the quadratic form equation. Chapter 3, chapter 2. We know the solution for the quadratic formula, like this one. Now you try to let's say there's two solutions. I denote the solution to be x plus minus, okay? That means if it's x plus, that means it's plus here. If it's x minus, and it's minus down here. So can you try to find, have you learned about this one, the sum of roots? No. Okay, you try to do this two sum of roots. And also try to find the product of root by yourself. Do you know what you need to do? You know it. You know what to do.
Yes. and minus 2b.
Over 4a. Then what do you get?
Oh. Oh, a, sorry.
Hmm? 2a is it?
2 plus 2.
1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2. What do you get?
I don't know.
4 over 4?
Sure.
Get it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Hmm?
Wait. No, I didn't do the times part yet.
Okay. The sum of the roots are so easy. You do the product root. You should see if you get the same answer.
Minus b. What the fluid?
Oh, you need to really practice your
Mental
algebra.
Shh.
No need to use calculator.
Why?
No need to use calculator. I do it once for you. This stuff is so like for sum of roots. What to do? They have the same denominator. You don't need to multiply by 2.
I already no.
Yeah.
The sum one is fine.
Okay. And then what do you get? Is negative 2b over 2a. That is b over a. Okay. For the product of root, you just consider a plus b times a minus b. Give you a squared minus b squared. So it gives you negative d total square minus square root total square over 4a squared. Now square root there, inside there is b squared minus 4ac. It's b squared. And then what we will get
Right.
4ac. So final answer is c over a.
Oh, I got it. I just didn't continue it.
Oh. 4, 3, 3, 4, 4. 4. Square.
Okay. Then go back. This is one of the way to do it, but let's do it in a more easier way. Let alpha and beta be the roots of the quadratic formula, this one. If say it is a root, that means you can rewrite the formula like this. X minus alpha. Or you say x minus alpha and x minus beta are the factor of the quadratic function. So this one, you understand this one? Now, let's expand this formula, okay? Then you get this one. This one is straightforward and easy. Now, alpha plus beta, what is it? Alpha plus beta are the sum of the root. Negative sum of the root should be equal to b over a when you're comparing the coefficients. That means sum of roots is negative b over a. And then product of root is alpha times beta. It's just c over a. Okay. Then let's go on to talk about some of the solution, some of the question. Well, given a quadratic function, actually it doesn't matter what it is. Alpha and beta are the roots of this formula. And then what is alpha plus beta in this case? Sum of the roots should be
B over A.
negative b over a.
Oh, negative 3 over 7.
No, it's negative 3.
Oh.
It's positive 3 over 7. How about alpha times beta? What's the value here?
C over A.
C over a. That's the value.
7.
It's 1 over 7. But the question will not be that simple. So what else it may ask? Just like those questions in the textbook. How about 1 over beta plus 1 over alpha? Then what you know left from this chapter is just alpha plus beta and alpha beta.
Mr. Yai, can I have a pen back?
Huh? You ask Mr. Yip
No pen.
pen?
No pen.
You find on the table. It's somewhere there. Now, what you can do is you first try to expand. You got this one? Do you know how to expand?
I know, I'm doing it.
Understand? So, actually you have alpha plus beta and alpha beta also. So, what to do? Just put in the value of alpha plus beta, alpha beta. Then you finally get 3. Now this is one of some common type question you ask. This one should be quite easy. Another one I just saw it here is super easy. It's alpha squared times beta squared. That means alpha times beta total square. Okay, no need to jot it down now. This one. Oh, okay. And then for next one is alpha squared plus beta squared. Now alpha squared plus beta squared does not look like both of them. You can't write it directly. Do you have some idea to write alpha squared plus beta squared in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha beta? No. Now, just just see if there is there's a here is a plus sign here. Plus sign here.
Just alpha plus beta alpha plus
Yeah,
beta.
just try to square alpha square plus beta square. And what you will get is alpha square plus 2 alpha beta plus beta square. Yeah, you learned it long time ago, this one. Oh, so therefore you can see alpha square plus beta square here. Oh. That means alpha square plus beta square can be written as alpha plus beta total square minus 2 alpha beta.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah. Something like that should be. Okay. This one you should really need to remember. This is also commonly tested. This one. This is the level 2. 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta is level 1. Level 2, and then let's go on to level 3.
Yay.
We have alpha square plus beta square. Of course, we can have alpha cube plus beta cube. Oh, first of all, do you know how to expand, how to factorize this one?
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, so sad.
A plus B, stuff like that.
And then let's drop these two identity down. A cube plus minus B cube.
I wrote it in my notes.
Have a dictation timer. This factorization. It should not be quite difficult. And go back lah. And then oh, alpha plus beta we know it, okay? Alpha square plus beta square, actually we know it also. Then we can revise the formula like this. Alpha square plus beta square, you have to do it on the top. And then minus 2 alpha beta, that means minus 3 alpha beta. Or if you think it's quite difficult, now what you do above that is not factorization alpha square plus beta square. We just expand alpha plus beta square, total square. Actually, we can try to expand. Let's try to expand alpha plus beta cube. See what we will get. Alpha plus beta cube. If you don't know the binary expansion, you can just do it one by one. But at least you can do it. I just give you the result, okay? Oh, you get what you want. It's alpha cube plus beta cube. There's something left. Will it be easier to do by this method? This one you know alpha plus beta you know You want this one. Alpha times beta you know alpha plus beta you know and you can get it. Okay. Done. So we have finished the 2A already. Let me see. Oh, let's relate this one, this chapter with the last chapter. It told you that one of the roots in this formula is -1 minus 4i. So that means do you know the another root? Another root should be
-1 plus 4i.
-1 plus 4i, the complex conjugate of this one. And then he wants us to find the ABC in this formula. We have two roots already. Now, you can do in two ways. If you haven't learned about this chapter, what you only can do is x minus one of the root times x minus another root, and expand the formula. It may be quite complicated if the roots are complex number. So if you have learned in this, it's the best one. Another method to do it is you have learned this chapter. You know the sum of roots is
C over A.
no, it's minus b of a.
A.
Yes. So the sum of roots is in here is -2. Okay. -2 is the sum of roots. How about the product of root? C over a. And then product of root, you just multiply these two together. Then what is the value? -1 squared minus 4i total squared. So I just rewrite the formula. B over A is 2. C over A is 17. Actually, if just given these two information, that means if just given the one of the roots, or just given you two of the roots, you can't find all the integer ABC. Right? You can't find all numbers ABC. Because you just have two formulas, but there are three unknowns. So in the question, it gives you that if A equal to 1, and then B will be 2, okay? If A equal to 1, then B will be 2, and C will be 17. You need one more information to find the value. Or what we can do or else, in most of the case, we find the ABC in the simplest form. That means they don't have the common factor. So normally we will let A equal to 1 if B of A and C of A is an integer. But let's have another example. If these two are not integer, what we will do? Let me see. Let's find one question. Let's say this one. Now, the two of the roots are -1 plus minus I over 2. So how to find the sum of the root? It's still integer. Oh no, it's not integer. Sum of the root is sum of the root is
minus B over A.
yes, and then minus B over A. And then given the root, what is the sum? You have two roots already.
What?
This alpha plus beta, what is the value?
Minus that one.
Oh, what's the value?
Oh, that's B, that's A.
Then add together, what do we get?
I over 2. I don't know. So slow at mental math. Oh, plus.
Sum. Then sum of the roots.
Sorry, so bad.
Oh, I get it now.
You will get
Oh shit.
-2.
-2/2,
-1.
-1. Okay. That means you get b over a equal to 1. The first formula. Okay? How about the product of roots? If you can't do it properly, you use calculator. Okay? Can it? So, now, if we let a to be 1, and then b will be 1 also, but c will be 1/2. It will not be an integer. So, what should we let for a? 2.
2, yes.
Yeah, so if a equal to 2, b will equal to 2. B will be 2.
Oh, yeah.
C will be 1.
1.
Okay? And then that means the quadratic formula is 2x squared plus 2x plus 0. Now, but of course, we can. Now, if we multiply the whole formula by 2, we'll get the same formula actually. The roots will not change. If we multiply the whole formula by 2, okay? Of course, you can choose A to be 4, B to be 4, C to be 2, but they all have the same common factor. It's 2. Actually, we have finished this chapter already.
That's it?
Yeah. But we need to talk about some of the questions.
Oh.
Let's say this question now. Like in this question, number 10. 6x squared plus 36x plus k equal to 0 are the reciprocals of each other. The roots are the reciprocal of each other. Do you know what does it mean?
Simple.
That means if one of the roots is 1 over alpha, if one of the roots is alpha and another one is reciprocal, 1 over alpha. I give you the hint already.
Why didn't you just say if one is 1 over alpha, then 1 alpha?
So what you can do there is sum of the roots. Sum of the roots is alpha plus 1 over alpha is equal to
Something.
2 alpha. Wait, sorry.
sum of roots is minus b over a. Minus b over a. Okay? We get negative 6. Actually, you can find alpha already from this formula. But the question is not asking you to find alpha. It's asking you to find the k. So you use the sum of root once, okay? How about the product of the root? That means alpha times 1 over alpha. Then it will give you kindergarten mathematics. This one, or alpha times 1 over alpha give you 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
Just don't look at me.
So, and then that is the c over a. That is k over 6. Oh, actually, you get k over 6 without using this one. Now, sometimes some formula may not be useful to find the answer, but just write down anything you know, even you can't solve it. Now I just do one more example. For this formula mx squared plus 4x plus 4m equals 0. They have the solution in, they have the roots in the form of k and 2k. And then he want to find the m and k. So just use the same skill, sum of roots. Sum of roots is just k plus 2k is 3k, okay? And then it's negative b over a, negative 4 for m. Oh, that means this formula may be useful later on because it contains two unknowns. You can't solve any unknown from this formula. And then that means you need to use the product of root. It's 2k squared, okay? Product of root is c over a. C over a is 4m over m, give you 4. So what value do you get about k? Do it by yourself. What is the value of k?
Square root 2.
Square root 2 is partly correct.
Okay.
Because in mathematics, we cannot negate the solution. We can't only take the positive solution.
All right.
It should be plus or minus square root 2.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What about that?
And then, this is very important about the exam skill. You need to separate into two cases to find the m. Because it's plus or minus, it gives you different value, okay? Or you simplify this formula first. It's there 3 over 4k. And then if k is equal to square root 2, and then you get negative 4 over 3 square root 2. Now you need to simplify a little bit to get the final answer. You do it by yourself or use your calculator to try to find it now. Then you have finished the question already, okay? But if you want to write one more, maybe just write down the final answer. The best method to write it down is represent as just like a coordinate system. Then if m is also mk, whatever.
Excuse me.
Okay. This is the most perfect way to write it down. Because you have two solutions. One is the positive one, and another one is the negative one. Easy. No. That means you need some practice in algebra.
Yes.
Wow, then that one I can't help. Let's go on. Now, next one is about forming quadratic equation with new roots. I just talk about the formula. Now, just say you have initially the formula 3x squared plus x minus 6 is 0. And then the roots are alpha and beta. And then we want to form a quadratic formula with the new roots, okay, is alpha square plus beta and beta square. Now it's not good to find alpha and beta. Find a number of, find exactly what alpha and beta is. And then square them and then form a new formula. Of course you can do it, but it will use a lot of time. Because in most of the cases, alpha and beta are not integer. They are something with the square root or I. It may be very complicated. So what you should do probably is the new root is alpha square and beta square. So we find the sum of them. Sum of them is alpha square plus beta square. And then the product of them. I give you some time to find alpha square plus beta square. You use the skill that we have learned. Just learned. 2 minutes enough lah. 2 minutes should be enough. First of all, you need to find alpha plus beta. Alpha times beta is.
Oh wait, sorry, what? C over A. C over A.
C over A, that the value is
Negative 2.
-2. What is alpha plus beta?
Huh?
The value of alpha plus beta.
3 over, wait, what? -3 over 1.
Alpha plus beta is negative b over a.
Oh yeah, negative b over a, that's what I meant. Negative 1 over 3.
Okay. Then alpha square beta square should be quite easy. It's 4.
Wait, 37 over 9? What the?
Fun.
What's that? Is that 4? Where's that from?
Oh no. You're all very bad at mental calculation. Get the same answer? Same.
Negative plus 4.
You try to, you really work hard in this. At least you need to spend more time on this subject than the core mathematics. At least this subject should be harder than the core mathematics. Is it? You know it before. I told you already.
Oh yeah.
We derived this already. You should remember how to derive it instead. Then how can we form the new equation if we have the sum of the new roots and the product of the new roots?
What do you say?
Hmm?
What do you say?
You have find the sum of the new roots and the product of the new roots already. And how can you find the new formula? Hi.
Why are you here?
So we still in chapter 1.
No, chapter 2 already. Almost finished chapter 2. How can you, after you have find the sum of the roots and the product of the new roots, how can you find the new quadratic form equation?
Make it equal to -3.
So you look at here, the sum of the new roots is 37 over 9.
How would you say that?
So now it's equal to the new b over new a, okay?
Yes.
And then 4 is a product of root, is a new c over new a. So what you should left for a to make a, b, c to be integer?
So a equals three.
What should you left for a? What will you left for a? What will you left for a?
What?
What will you left for a to make b and c an integer? 1,
This is 3.
3?
I don't know.
Is 3 enough? You just compare here. You just compare. What should you let 9. If a is 9 and then b will be negative 37. Okay.
Yeah.
What will be the value of c?
4 times 9.
Oh.
36.
I think I'm 5. Sorry, love. Don't even bother. I grew up with a calculator.
No. Our brain are used to do the calculation.
So much healthier.
We all should.
It's okay, sir. We'll
Rely-
have a calculator in the exam.
No. Okay, this is the final formula.
Minus 37.
Or I give you another method to do it. Or just remember this, or just the equation or formula. We know that minus b over a is a sum of it. C over a is a problem. Don't need to copy this one now. So the original quadratic form can be written as this and then let's divide it by a on both sides. So here actually it is x squared plus b over a. That is minus sum of root times x plus product of root. Okay. And then, can you let's try to do one question. in this chapter? Which one do you think is quite difficult? Maybe question 2 lah. Now we have the quadratic formula. Original, it is alpha plus beta negative 5 over 2. And then alpha plus beta is alpha times beta is negative 6. The first one, find the value of alpha squared plus beta squared. And then find the value of alpha cubed plus beta cubed. And then form a quadratic equation with the root like this one. It may be quite complicated.
Do we skip A?
Hmm?
Do we skip A?
Well, for part A, to form the quadratic equation with those integer coefficient of the root, this one. So what we should do now, the x squared minus sum of root, is it? X squared minus sum of root times x plus product of root. And okay,
Oh yeah.
just use the trick here, okay?
Oh.
But it asks you to form a quadratic equation with integer coefficients. So what you should do next?
You turn them into integer
That's how to turn it into integers.
times
Times
2.
2 on both sides. You get finally 2x squared plus 5x minus 12 equals 0.
Can we just substitute?
Hmm?
Can you just minus B over A equals that? Just find B of A and sub A into.
Use this method. Use the trick here.
It's just faster that way.
It is much faster. So for part B, we finish the lesson after talking about this example. Find alpha squared plus beta squared. Have you found it?
Let me just square that.
Alpha plus this one squared does not equal to this one. Oh,
Oh yeah.
wow. How is your math? Do you get A star in math? How can you do? Why you can get A star?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Remember, I got. Oh.
You get another book, notebook for homework. Okay, you do the homework. I mark you for you.
Yeah.
The first thing you should do it first. You don't do it, okay? So this one, we talked about this few times today already. It's quite boring, is it? That means it's quite interesting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the formula. Yeah.
+73 over. Oh, should remind yourself. 7/3/4. Do the next one by yourself now. You should not do slower than me. I didn't use a calculator.
Yeah, you're using your head.
You should do faster than me.
My head is useless though.
No. Now maybe I get it wrong.
What?
I don't know, I think.
I got negative 29.
Here is negative.
I'm sorry.
Where'd you get that 45 from?
You get this one more?
Don't use
It's cube. It's not square here. How you get the same answer from here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No. If negative 1 cube is negative 1.
Yeah.
Here also you get negative 1. Negative sign here. It seems this subject can improve your core math result. You can hear some algebraic mistake.
Minus.
You get more practice in calculation in this subject.
3 times 6.
Turn out it can help your physics result also. We have half of 3 units about mechanics.
What?
Hmm?
Where did that come from? That's 5/2.
Well, you divide the following by yourself. I didn't forget where I put it. Here.
There? Oh, okay. Let me write
This
it
one.
down.
Did I do it?
Right there, right?
Yeah, I use this one. You shouldn't remember this one. You just need to remember this one. And then you divide by yourself. For mathematics, you don't need to remember so many formulas. Otherwise, your brain will explode.
Oh. Still.
Now, it seems we left a small chapter in chapter 2. And then we can finish it by next time. No, finish? Yeah, actually we have finished this chapter already.
Okay, well.
The next chapter is much more easy than the others. At least I can say it's no much skill in the next chapter. Okay, we can finish the next chapter by next week. Yeah, and then I think we can. Oh, let me see. Oh, for next chapter 3, yeah, we can finish by next week. For chapter 4, let's see if we can finish by next week. Next week. So let's see. Oh, I hope we can finish the whole FP1 after the breakup lesson.
Wait, what breakup lesson?
On the
The one-
18th.
18th, the Wednesday.
All of it?
Hmm?
All of that.
Yeah, we can finish all FP1.
There's
Fine.
2 parts to this book.
And next one.
Yeah. Oh yes. We just finished half of FP1. So slow. Okay.